Hello everybody, welcome back to an episode of Final Fantasy XIV. It's patch 7.4. I think it's 7.4. New patch day, which means new story. And not only new story, we also got the last tier raid tier of the what the fuck is this place called? Where is this at? Of the Arcadian. So we'll do the tiers. We'll do the raid stuff after the story as per usual. I don't know what that is. Guess I'll find that out later. So we're gonna do story. So, as of the last patch, the Dawntrail story officially ended. So now we're going off into setting up the next expansion story. So kind of curious to see how this is all being starting to set up. So, Alphano, what's up, buddy?
カリクスとの戦いを経て、黒いレギュレーターをめぐる混乱は収束したと言えそうだね。希望者に対する個人の記憶変換もつつがなく進んでいる。
Oh shit. Need to turn that back on.
こうしてアレクサンドリアに平穏が訪れた今、皆に話しておきたいことがあるんだ。
Which gets aside.
私とアルフィノはそろそろトラル大陸を断とうと思っているの。第9世界から転移してきたアレクサンドリアのことを各国へ伝えに行くためにもね。
That makes sense.
それを終えたらまたガレマルドの復興を手伝うつもりよ。こっちで得た経験や学んだこと。
I wonder if we'll ever get like a Garland Mall restoration type of thing, like with the domain, the Doman Enclave.
だが、未だ気がかりな問題が残っている。カリクスはイデアを創造し、神下ろしを成した。アシエンの介入があったことは疑いようもない。だとすれば、この国での動向を調べておく必要はあるだろ
う。その件に関しては、こちらに残る面々で探っておくわ。麻痺症状とテンパードの治療にも区切りがついて、私も次の調査に移ろうと思っていたところだし。
ありがとう。どうかよろしく頼むよ。何かあればすぐに連絡してくれ。
Oh, phone call.
俺だ。トライアラから出発するところなんだが、沖の船へ向かう前に一応連絡をと思ってな。ま、互いに旅を続けてればどこかで会うこともあるだろうさ。そういうわけで、またそのうちに。
Hey, you probably should look after yourself. You could let me know if time to seal off.
そっちは相変わらず忙しくしてるんじゃないのか。わざわざ見送りなんて。おい、やめろ。急に何を。
いや、割り込んじまって悪いな。ここを離れる前に一方いるって言うから感心してたら、本当に連絡するだけしてとっとと船に乗ろうとしやがった。
Oh no, I skipped it! Shit! Damn it, I hit the touchpad.
もうエレンビルさんたらラマチが引き止めてくれてよかったわ。
せっかくだから私たちも彼と同じ船に乗るとしようか。3人での船旅というのもなかなか楽しそうだ。
はあ？荷造り終わってないんですけど。
君のことだ。ある程度はまとめてあるのだろ。
はあ、もう 仕方ないわね。分かったわよ。急いでやればいいんでしょ。で、ユルスたちへのお土産はどうするのよ。
ああ、それならいくつか見繕っていてね。
There they go.
あの二人、なんだかんだで息の合った兄弟よね。
ついでに伝えておくと、俺とクルル、それとヤシトラはもうしばらくこっちに残るつもりなんだ。
目的はもちろん例の鍵の調査よ。あなたたちが捜索したプリザベーションの研究施設に手がかりがあったのでしょ。
施設のことはシェールさんが再調査を進めているはずよ。まずはその状況を確認するところからかしら。エレンビルたちの見送りにはきっとシェールも行きたがると思うんだ。調査状況を聞きがてら彼女のことを誘ってみようよ。
Everyone's going off to do their own thing. Alright. Where are we going? To the back rooms! So they did recently take off glamour restrictions. So like, for instance, let me just use tanks for example. Where's my, like this thing. Let me also take on my other thing out too, so I can re-glamour that. So you can have other class armor as glamour. Watch. So, I can have this on a tank. So, it's kind of funny how they took off, glamour restrictions off of, off of this. So you can be a warrior, dress up as let me show an example. Give me my full deal here. And then, oops, that's not what I wanted. Then I gotta make sure I put my shit back too. Put that back. And yeah. So yeah, I'm a warrior right now, so I can glamour my shit to be a white mage. So it's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's gonna be an absolute fucking mess. So it's funny. It's so funny. It's crazy that they released the glamour restrictions. It's actually pretty big. But obviously, as much of a mess that is, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep my shit as it is. But it's funny that they took off the restrictions. Opens up more glamour options for a lot of people, though. So, good for them. It ain't for me, though. And I got hiccups. Alright, I need to go to there. So yeah, you can be dressed as a white mage, but be a warrior. You can have a white mage have heavy armor like a warrior. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's fucking hiccups. I need a drink. Alright. Alright, let's do this. Oh, not you. Oh shit, I didn't switch back to white mage. Shit. What news, Tesla? Can't imagine you brought an entourage along to simply. Oh shit. I'm on the wrong class. That eager to be on their way, are they? I'll join you. I owe them thanks on behalf of Oblivion after all. And here I thought you would protest against being parted from your work. Well, I am curious to see what emerges once every piece of the puzzle is in place. The majority of the files we've unearthed are encrypted. There's little else I can do until the computer is finished with them. Besides, unlike our friends, Containment Complex 1029 isn't going anywhere. In other words, we won't be getting an answer today. Afraid not. It's going to be a while yet. And shall we depart for Thule forthwith? Even Lamatia's strength has its limits. Lamatia. Without further delay then. I need to change back to White Mage. Alright. Back to Thule! I'm kind of curious to see where the next expansion is going to take us, because we did do kind of a setup with the Void towards the end of Endwalker, and then there was also all the other shit that's being introduced for potential explorations with towards the end of Endwalker's base story as well. So, kind of curious to see where the story is going to go from here. Oh, and I believe they also, not only did they do that, they also added in the next phase for the Occult Crescents, which they added more shit for me to level. Yippee. And they added some new content, so that's also something I also gotta do eventually. Not right now though. That's gonna be its own video. I wish you all would not make such a fuss. I'm not fond of emotional partings. At least Alpha and Alzay were considered to inform me of their plans in advance of late Link Pearl. Some people we would know have a burst out of a crate mid-voyage. In any event, I shall wait here until they finish their preparations. Huh.
すっかり元気そうね。怪我が後を引いてないようでよかったわ。
おかげさまでな。政務の方にも復帰し始めたとこだ。
それは忙しそうだね。コーナ王とグルージャも元気にしているのかい？
コーナ兄さんは視察で国内を巡ることになってさ。今後の政策を考えるためにも各地で意見交換をする予定だ。で、グルージャは早速剣の稽古に励んでるぜ。私といる時間より幽霊隊に混ざってる時間の方がよっぽど長いくらいだ。
この場所に立つとトライオラに到着した日を思い出すね。継承の儀がもう随分と前のことのようだよ。
That was so long ago.
そこから始まったんだよな。親父とゾラージャ兄さんのことも、アレクサンドリアと戦王スフェーンのことも。継承の儀の協力者として来てもらってからここまでいろいろと力を貸してくれてありがとな。私はいや、トライオラ連王国はお前らから返しきれねえほどたくさんの恩を受けた。だからさ、 困ったことがあったら頼ってくれよな。トライオラはいつだってお前らの味方だ。
私も改めてお礼を伝えさせて。目覚めたばかりの私に寄り添ってくれてとても心強かった。何よりアレクサンドリアへ手を差し伸べてくれたこと、感謝してもしきれないぐらいだよ。それから長年私たちを苦しめてきた病を癒してくれて本当にありがとう。必ずまたこっちに来るわ。二人もみんなもどうか元気でね。
俺がウクラマトに紹介したばっかりに迷惑をかけたな。
Okay, we didn't deny it.
だがオタクが手を貸してくれたからこそ俺はもう一度あいつと向き合う機会を得られた。世界中を隅々まで旅して未知の生き物を一つでも多く見つける、そんな夢を継ぐこともできた。だから感謝してる。それじゃそろそろ行くか。
There they go.
Oh, ああ、そうだ。タタルがこちらのことを心配しているようだったから、船が向こうに着いたら彼女のところにも寄っておくよ。
ええ、そうしてあげてちょうだい。あなたたちの顔を見たらタタルも安心できるでしょうから。
皆さんどうかお気をつけて。それから良い旅を。
カフキワが世話になった。オブリビオンの連中にもよろしく伝えてくれ。
There they go.
よし、無事に出発を見届けられたし、私も自分の仕事に戻るとするか。
お互い頑張ろうね、ウクラマト。
あ、またこっちに来た時にでも改めてトライオラを案内させてくれ。お前らとの旅は本当に終わっちまったんだな。私はこの旅を一生忘れない。
ウクラマト様発見。 訓練を始めるんだって。
そりゃ大変だ。教えてくれてありがとよ。
早く行かないと武王が立ち会いをしに来るってみんな張り切ってるんだから。
じゃあそういうわけだからまたな。
みんな行ってしまったな。
ええ、それぞれの旅路へね。
What's left for us? What are we gonna do? Into the mists. So what about our adventures? What do we do now? Now it's our turn to take the next step. The question is in what direction, and that is a matter I wish to discuss with you. I know, right? That's what I want. That's what I want to know. If I may, I think it'd be prudent to discuss our future plans elsewhere. We are liable to hinder the dock workers here if we linger. We're not in anybody's way. Perhaps the beach would be a more appropriate venue. Nope.
トライオラは本当に自然が豊かだね。
どこまでも続く広大な海に日々様変わりする空。初めて目の当たりにした時は心底驚きましたよ。記録の中でしか知らないものばかりでしたから。それに空と海の境、水平線でしたか。あれの先にも人が暮らす土地があるなんて不思議な心地です。
私たちはトラル大陸出身ではないから、まさにあの水平線の向こうから来たのよって思っていたのだけどね。クルルは私やシェールと同じ第9世界って呼ばれてるところの出身だったんだよね。当たり前に生きてきたこの世界ではない別の世界の出身だなんて聞かされても最初は実感がなかったわ。だけどリビングメモリーでドア人となった両親に出会って
I almost forgot about that. She's not even from Eorzea. I almost forgot about that.
目覚めた時の私と同じだね。みんなが聞かせてくれた話に対して実感が湧いたのは街を歩いて自分自身で体感した時だったから。それ以来自分の出自とちゃんと向き合うためにも第9世界やミララ族のことをもっと知りたいと思っていたの。鍵の調査を進めていけばおのずとそうなるんじゃないかとも考えていたのだけれど、研究施設の再調査にはまだ時間が必要って話だったでしょ。だから改めて別の方向から第9世界について調べてみてもいいかしら。
俺は異論なしだ。これから何を調べるにしてもあの世界に関する知識は役に立つはずだからな。
私も同意見よ。アシエンの痕跡を探るためというのはもとより個人的な好奇心としても興味をそそられるもの。
そういうことなら私も協力できると思う。 あっちの世界のことなら説明できることもあるし。もともとのアレクサンドリアはあっちの
Ooh, the Mist Continent. Oh,
その
Final
前
Fantasy
代未聞の
IX.
戦いがみんなも知ってる来航大戦。大国が次々に崩壊していく中で最後まで国の体裁を保てたのはアレクサンドリアだけだった。確か来航大戦の末期、世界的に雷属性が強まって各地で災害が発生したのよね。
戦争による勝敗というより、その災害で他国は崩壊した。城から持ち帰ってきた本にもそんな話が書かれていたな。
アレクサンドリアの城下町もただでは済まなくて、オーティスと一緒に飛空艇でみんなの救助に向かったんだけど、結局少なくない犠牲が出てしまったんだ。
I remember that. Probably one of my favorite dungeons in the game, honestly.
そんな環境下で生きるために私たちの国は障壁の中へと引きこもった。他国からの難民を可能な限り受け入れながら。ただガバメントの出入国管理システムによると、ほんのわずかではあるけど障壁の外と行き来する人もいたみたい。アレクサンドリアの他にも人里が残っていたということ？私、ドームの外は災害の影響で崩壊してしまって、人が生きられない環境になったとばかり。
僕も記録で見た程度ですが、災害直後はまさしく壊滅状態だったようですよ。そこからあえて障壁の外で暮らすことを選んだ人たちが何を思い、どれほどの苦労をしたのかは想像を絶するものがあります。
災害から400年以上、今の時代まで残り続けている集落があるとすれば、どうにか生活は確立できているんだろうけど。
アレクサンドリアが原初世界に来てしまった以上、霧の大陸の現状はわからないわね。
どうにかして確認する方法はないものかしら。リビングメモリーは第9世界に取り残されている。あそこから昇降機や転移装置で地上へ降りられたらいいのだけど。エヴァーキープ周辺がこちらへ転移してなお上空にあるのなら、もともとあの層は浮遊してた。
だとしたら物理的に仮想とつながっていなくても行き来できる移動手段があるかもしれないか。
現地の機械兵は設備のメンテナンスも担ってるはずです。スペーン様から彼らに問い合わせれば何か聞けるかもしれませんね。
そういうわけで行ってみる？可能性があるのならぜひお願いしたいわ。できればあなたにも来てもらえると心強いのだけれど、同行を頼んでもいいかしら。
I want to miss it for the two worlds. I would hate to see you obliterated by some lightning beast.
ありがとう。どうかよろしくね。
So this gets me curious. Is the next expansion going to be about the Void or the Ninth? Makes me curious on exactly which one, because if you recall, in Heaven's Ward, they kind of started setting up for Shadowbringers into its late patch cycle with the Warriors of Darkness and everything. So, and then we kind of did the similar thing with the later patches of Endwalker with the Void. I'm kind of curious. Now that it's settled, I'd best be off. I still need to check for decryption errors periodically, so I can only step away for so long. With luck, I'll have plenty to show next time we meet. Until then, I can't even speak today. Let the rest of us make for a potential foray and meet at Leno Nemo. Alright. I'm assuming I go back to Solution 9. No? Where am I going? Oh, I'm going over there. Okay. Oh shit, where was that? Oh, that was over on this one. Living memory. Again, this place looks so much better now. We got. It looks so better. No more bright skies. It's almost natural, and all the colors back too. So that's so much. All right. This clerk has made itself available to answer our questions. Clerk PX0093, if anyone wished to descend to the surface from here, how would they particularly do so? Living memory is currently detached from Everkeep and is operating independently while supported by its aerial suspension systems. Thus, both lift and lay node based transit is currently unavailable. I do apologize for the inconvenience. Despite its ability to remain aloft, perhaps living memory was never intended to function in this state indefinitely. If so, we're out of luck. Not a set necessarily. If lifts and lay nodes were likely the preferred modes of transportation, but that doesn't preclude the existence of others. In the event of an emergency, how would we evacuate this facility? Consulting emergency systems. Living memories airships remain prepared to deploy should evacuation be necessary. Would your majesty like to appropriate it? An airship! Yes, please, as soon as is possible. With your majesty's authorization, the vessel can be ready for launch without delay. Allow me moments to execute the bypass protocols. City chests have successfully completed, setting the Gate of Remembrance as initial destination. Vessels en route. Is that my ship? It was purpose-built for living memory. However, it was modeled after the vessel your majesty used during the Storm Surge era. A replica. Still, it does me good to see it. I'll deploy the gangway for boarding. This way, please. In order to reach the surface, we must pass through the storm clouds. I advise you to brace for turbulence. Oh god. God, Levin's still striking this place. The ward Alzay gave me is reacting. Though not to the extent of the 13th, the etheric imbalance here is severe indeed. It does serve to impress upon one of the marvel of the barrier. The lighting and heritage found is but is tame by comparison. A land where Levin reigns. So are we actually in the 9th now? Man. Sobering sight, to say the least. But I shan't turn back now that we've come this far. Oops, I just turned that back on. There are no structures, nor any sign of survivors that I can see. I suspect the crab made this area unsuitable for habitation due to the increased risk of flooding. And if you look further afield, in which direction do you think we might find a settlement? If we're at the edge of the Alexandrian territory, the closest city would be Treno, should it survive. It's a city-state built on a harbor. It was a nexus of trade and it remained neutral throughout the war. We Alexandrians always felt fortunate to have it in our neighborhood, so to speak. Not unlike our Radzahan. Ah yes, Alphonse has spoken of Radzahan before. It's near the South Sea Isles, the Malala homeland, correct? Funnily enough, it was also Treno where the Malala first found a home in our world. Truly? Yes, though the Malala population grew elsewhere, most continued to feel a strong connection to the city. I like to think that some remain there to this day. Clerk PX-93, is this ship capable of taking us to Treno? I shall run a flight simulation for the route to Treno. One moment. Simulation complete. There is near a 100% possible probability that the ship would suffer catastrophic mechanical failure prior to arrival due to the ambient lightning. My apologies. Oh. Well, thank you for checking. If we cannot fly, then we shall have to walk. Treno lies beyond the mountains, but there should be routes that spare us having to climb. That cave system, for instance, assuming it hasn't collapsed. Let's try there first. So we're going to Treno, huh? I'm interested to see what Treno looks like. Is this a dungeon? We're going to a dungeon, aren't we? This tunnel appears intact. Though we have no way of knowing what's like further in. Mind you, stay alert for beasts as well. Given the barren surroundings, they're surely ravenous. It's a dungeon. We got to the dungeon pretty quick this patch. All right. I'm gonna wrap it up here. This is in post editing. I have already done all the story and everything in the patch. This video is getting a little bit long. By the time I finished the dungeon, it was about like an hour and a half, almost an hour 40 minutes. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. When we come back, we will tackle the dungeon, and then we'll see what happens next. And come and watch, and I will see you then. Later.